Welcome to this tutorial where we will be looking at folder structure for website preparation. This is the way I've been taught and the way that I structure my folders. So what I'll do is I will open up my desktop, and on my desktop I have a folder called Site. I usually put this in another folder called, in this case it would be called MC Outreach or Tom J. Stone or whatever it is, and inside of that I will have my site files. All the site files are the ones that are actually uploaded. I might have other files that I won't upload but are associated with the site, and I will put them in the MC Outreach folder but not in the site folder. So within the site folder we're going to be looking at the structure of the site folder. That's very important because all of the files are going to need to be associated with a path when we get into the HTML, which we won't get too much in, but you'll need to know about. So we want to organize our folders in a way where we know where everything is, so that when we direct the link to the path, it's always correct. So I'm going to open up the site folder, and in it there are just 3 folders and then a whole bunch of HTML files and a couple of other files, like a CSS file for the nav window or nav pane. So I put all of my images here. All of my images, every single image I have goes in here, from the Peru images to the banners to everything we've got. Everything, pictures of everything goes in here. Images. That I always know where my images come from because they're always in the same spot. Going back up site, I've got the newsletter files here. There are only a few right now. We'll be talking more about that later. And then all of my HTML and all of my CSS files, my favicon file is here. They're all in here. It's important to do this because, like we just said, the path is going to need to go to the right place. So I'm just going to open up quickly Home. Let me find it real quick. Here we go. I'm going to open with, I don't see it here, so we've got it right here, Blue Gryphon. We'll talk about this next, but just to clarify, we will talk more about CSS, about HTML later, but in the meantime, when you open up the back door of the site, let me find a picture for you. Okay, so here's an image right here. Don't get confused. Here's an image. This picture is named DSCN0108.jpg. It's a JPEG file. Where is it located? It's in images. Every single time I put an image in, it comes from the source of images / and then whatever the name of it is. We'll talk more about that later. But if this was off by one letter, or this didn't say images or whatever, it would not go to the right place. It's very, very specific. You're not going to need to know all this using Blue Gryphon. It does all that work for you. But what you do need to know is that when you structure your files or you put new pictures in, you upload pictures, always make sure that they go into your site folder and that they go into your images folder. That way there will never be any confusion about which path to take. That's all for now. Next we're going to be talking about changing picture files and their position, changing the text and hyperlinks, which is kind of the meat of what we're talking about.